Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. In the last episode, we finished up all of our missions for Skull Mountain. Although there's still 3 missions left, we're actually not even able to do them since they're kind of locked out to us. But other than that, we actually did get a new metamorphosis in the last episode, which is Felix's final form, Puss in Boots, which is pretty cool. Although he is level 1, we won't really be able to use him this episode unless he somehow gets the levels that he needs. But I think he'll be perfectly fine once he gets a couple of levels, since he's definitely going to be really strong once we actually start using him. As you can see, he actually gained an extra movement speed, which is really good, so now his attack speed actually matches his movement speed, which is really cool. But for today's episode, our mission is to actually take on the Vault of Tears, one of the 3 places we can actually go to at the moment, since this is actually where you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go. So, the one we're going to do last is going to be Yule, since that is technically a town and also has a dungeon attached to it, so we might as well leave that one for last. But, with that, we're going to be finally going inside the Vault of Tears, maybe getting a new friend, which is a Sillymander. And let's finally make our way into the Vault of Tears, since I've been waiting for this day for quite a while, since I want to get myself one of these Sillymanders, but BRB. Okay, just like that, we're inside the Vault of Tears, which is going to be where we meet Apep, one of the many guardians of the Power Stones of Mornstar, which is going to be very fun. But let's see here. God, where will we had ended up this time? I've known prisons that looked more inviting. Another damp old ruin, is it? Darn it, my lantern's going to end up covered in mold. Kate, I tell you. Kate, you tell me. Does that lantern really go moldy? Does it really? You know that's not really important right now. You're not wrong there, Ollie boy. It looks like we found the place we're after. One of them magic stones should be somewhere in here. Okay, apparently so. Well, all we know is that the map says it's here. That's all we know here, so let's do a nice save since we definitely are going to need this. And let's make it our way on in here, because this dungeon is actually going to be pretty unique compared to the other dungeons we've been in. So, with a couple little steps into the magic of this dungeon, we're about to find out what actually happens here. I'm not feeling any better about this place. I just wish it could be a little less, creepy. Take this for example, a statue of a snake. Who in their right mind would choose that as their ornament? Ain't none of that's who. Hold on, are you saying you're scared of snakes, Wayne? Really? I'm actually surprised about that one. I'm not even scared of snakes. And I actually want a ball python, but my mom would not allow that whatsoever. But, I'll eventually get one, eventually. I'm planning on getting an axolotl, actually, as my next pet, which would be pretty cool. Because I really like the, they remind me of little mudkips, honestly. So I really do want to get one of those, honestly, one of these days. Of course not. And what is it to you if I am? Anyway, why do you... And here we go. Hey, did anybody else just see that? Huh? Just now, the statue's eyes, they're glowing. Oh, I see. You're trying to be funny, are you? Well, it doesn't suit you, Oliver. Doesn't suit me indeed. Huh? And here we go. This is the gimmick of this dungeon. We are now frogs. Literally. Huh? What the flipping heck is going on? Have we turned into frogs? It's a curse. What are we going to do? Don't make such a fuss, one. It's not like it made us smaller or anything. Which I like how, the funny thing is if you actually notice, Oliver's actually the same color as, Roland was when Roland turned himself into a frog in Ni no Kuni 2, which is kind of funny. And I think that's supposed to be a direct reference to Oliver's, frog from the original game, which is this one, which is kind of cool. But let's continue. Speak for yourself. So how are we going to turn back to normal? A bunch of ribbits. Ribbit? What's that? Yeah, what is that? Oh, it's another frog. Ribbit. Gosh, what a colorful frog. Ribbits? Huh. Okay, weird old rainbow frog. Wait, where are you going?
Was that frog cursed by the statue as well then?
Do you think it's actually a human? Someone who came here before us? Maybe it knows something about this place. Well, let's go after it. Yeah, we can definitely do that. So, one thing about being a frog, you can actually enter combat as a frog, and that is something that actually is detrimental, because it technically counts as a curse in battle, since you can't actually use your party members to attack, or use them to defend or anything else. So you're completely stuck to using your familiars, which is kind of a cool thing, but it can be detrimental if you have low-level familiars after metamorphosizing them, because that's always possible, because you could just be getting off of probably giving 3 of your units metamorphoses, and then you come into this dungeon thinking, hey, I can take on this dungeon, and then get completely swamped by everything that's around you. So yeah, you want to be careful about that.
Hold on, Bonnie boy. What if a monster attacks us? We're in no state to put up a fight, man.
Well, I guess, but we have to go after that rainbow-colored frog, Mr. Drippy.
Wait a minute. We might be on a bit of a froggy side, but your familiars could still be okay. Have a look with you.
Gee, you're right. They seem just fine.
Interesting that. The curse only seems to be affecting humans, and fairies, of course.
That is kind of weird that it affected Mr. Drippy, but not our familiars. That is kind of funny.
Well, let's count our blessings, shall we? At least we've got your familiars to protect us if a monster fancies frog for lunch. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh wait, that was that was Oliver for the last one. Oops. Okay, well, let's see if we can sneak up on one of these little Ouroboros worm things. They kind of actually oh no, they actually did change the name to that. Okay, so we actually can't even get a Sillymander yet, since we don't have the ability to. So we do need to be careful here. So as soon as they are able to attack, we need to actually drag our familiar out and then go back into like little spooks or something. Thankfully we were able to time that, because this could be really bad if we're not careful, and I'm kind of stuck here. Okay, thank you. Okay, I thought I was stuck for a second. Okay, just keep poking at these familiars, doing a little bit of damage, just poke damage as much as possible, since we need to get a couple levels for Feeling so he could be used. Okay, now that's fine, I think. Okay, just move around. I think this is 5 movement speed when you're a frog, which is pretty good. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna let our allies kind of deal with this a little bit. Give them a little bit of a help. Okay, now we can go back in with Phalanx, since Phalanx can attack really quickly, so we should be able to, completely counterattack them. And just like so, first fight as a frog has been finished. Sadly, of course, when we meet a Sillymander, we actually can't even get one, sadly, because of the fact that, we're all frogs and we can't even get a familiar tamed while as a frog, since you need Esther normal to do that. So I guess that's a little unfortunate, but we'll get one eventually, because I want to eventually get rid of Little Spook for a Sillymander at some point. Okay, so let's see, we're here. Where did the frog end up going? I think there's only one way for us to go, actually. I could be wrong, but let's see here. I don't think... Yeah, I think you go right. Yeah, we go right. We follow the rainbow frog. Okay, perfect. I wasn't 100% where we needed to go, but... Okay, let's see here. I'm pretty sure they chase you no matter what, even if you're higher level than them, so we do need to worry about that. So other than that, we're pretty much fine, but it can get pretty dicey. Okay, so we know that the Megalith is just tanky, so let's completely just focus on the ones we can actually do damage to, and these things do a lot of damage to me. I had proof that, that Little Spook wasn't going to be tanky or going to be able to tank that much later in the game. And I knew he was going to fall off, so that's why I was really wanting to get rid of him as soon as possible when we get the chance now, since as soon as we can get that chance, we're going to have to run with it, because as you can see, Little Spook is actually not doing too hot now. This is when we had the secondary familiar, which was our big old Bruce, and we don't have that this time around, so we're needing to worry about using Little Spook here as a alternative means of doing damage here. And as you can see, he's not really doing too hot, is he? He's taking 30 damage per hit, and he's level 35. or 14, I mean, but still, we're level 35, so you'd think that little Spook would still be able to at least hold his own, but nope, he really can't. But there we go, got a couple more levels for Felix. He'll be able to be used in a couple little levels. We just need like 2 more fights and he'll be fine. Okay, let's see here. I think the Rainbow Frog went this way. Yeah, he did. And we can't actually use spells as a frog. I completely forgot about that as well. So let's just keep following this little frog and hopefully he can lead us to somewhere where we need to be. Because it's definitely leading us somewhere. But the thing is we don't know where yet. I think we can swim in water as a frog, if I remember. Oh yeah, we can. I forgot that they had the little frog physics here. Swim over to here, follow the frog as much as we can, and through this little passageway over here. And I believe this is right where it's trying to lead us, I think. For the most part, that is. Okay, and then this big room. And this is where you would meet Apep, but the thing is that you have to actually open this door here.
I'm sure that frog came over by here.
Ribbit? Ribbit, indeed. Okay. Oh, there it is. Stop, please. Yeah, Mr. Frog. Ribbit? Ribbit? Very strange frog, isn't it? Come on, everybody. We have to go after it. He's right. We can't let it get away. Yeah, we really can't. I don't know why we can't, but honestly, we might as well just chase it down anyway, since we are stuck as frogs for a reason. So, onto this little platform, and our journey as a little frog is actually over. Just like that. That's all she wrote. Yeah, it's a very small section for being a frog, but it's honestly a pretty fun one for the time being, because it's not like the worst curse in the game, because I think the worst one you can get is the one that you actually get cursed, and it makes you just walk slow, and it actually goes out of combat too, so it's actually pretty bad to get hit with it, because it can actually slow you down completely. Woohoo! We're back to normal. Phew. The novelty of being a frog wears off pretty quickly, eh? I know, and having to speak in that awful frog language was just so tiring. Wait, what? Wouldn't that just be normal language?
Two learn but one. Two right.
That's exactly what he was saying, I'm pretty sure. Looks like Miss Drippy misses his old froggy form. Anyway, we should get back to searching for that stone. Yeah, we probably should. Wait, what if I think that rainbow colored frog was trying to lead us here? So why hasn't it changed back into a human like we did? Maybe it was just a normal frog all along. I don't know, but it is curious.
Well, I'm sure we'll bump into it again before long, ain't it? Now then, let's start looking for that stone, shall we?
Sure thing. Let's take a look around these ruins. Yep, sirree. Okay, so now that we're actually normal humans again, we actually do have to worry about one thing, and that is actually traps on the floor. Because traps on the floor can actually hurt us now, so we do need to actually be careful about that. So while we're making our way around, we do need to worry about that. Actually, we don't even need to go back this way. I don't know why I even started walking this way, since we actually don't even have to go back here, but actually, is there even anything in these little areas? Because honestly, I don't think that we can get anything in here, but honestly, it's worth a shot, honestly, but let's see here. I don't think there's any green chest hidden here. Nope, there isn't. Or at least not for what I can see. But we have to actually make our way back this way where the colored frog is now. Which somehow it actually got behind us somehow, and I'm not sure how. But let's talk to it real quick by using a little bit of nature's tongue. Hey, little froggy, you want to talk to us now? Help him, please. Help who, please? Okay, well, I'll go help them. Apparently they're this way. Well, let's make our way down these little stairs, and let's go find out what's going on over here. Where are we?
Crikey, this place is a bit blinking grim. Must the prison be a prison or something? Is there someone there?
Who's that?
It's a flipping frog, another one. Another one? Do you mean to say that someone else has been blighted by my curse?
Actually, we were cursed and turned into frogs ourselves. But we didn't, look like you do.
Leave now. You must leave this place. It is dangerous.
Huh? But you...
Don't waste time worrying about me.
What's the matter? Are you hurt? Oh, Oliver, we gotta do something. Yeah, we have to help him. I guess I can use magic to get this door open. Let's give it a try. Yeah, we can definitely try spring lock on this. Oh, we actually got the save point here, actually, because this is where you would save to actually fight Apep, so that's actually nice to have. Okay, so let's see here, Froggy dude. We can get you on out of here with one spring lock. And just like so, let's unlock this door and let him on out. Even though he clearly didn't want our help. But we might as well help him out.
What are you doing? Leave me alone, I beseech you.
Wait a minute. Are you the Frog Prince?
You know who I am, but how?
The Frog Prince of the Desert. That's you, isn't it? The one who left his kingdom abandoning his princess.
How do you...
What are you going on about, Esther? Are you trying to confuse us or something? It wouldn't take much to confuse the likes of you, Swain. I'm just a bit shocked, all right. I didn't think we were going to bump into a prince from a fairy tale, did I? That is kind of weird. A fairy tale?
I see. So that is how you know me.
Now let me think. Oh yeah, I remember, alright, listen carefully. Okay, I think this is actually a cutscene, technically. Once upon a time, before the fathers of our fathers' fathers were born, in that kingdom lived a handsome and courageous young prince who was much loved by all subjects. Then one day, the kingdom was attacked by a monstrous serpent, a beast so hideous that it struck fear into all that saw it, a terrible evil creature. Then, the prince decided that in order to defeat the serpent, he would have to drink a certain mysterious potion. No sooner had he swallowed the diabolical draught than he became in turn into a frog. What? Why would he drink a potion that turned him into a frog? A frog doesn't stand a chance about beating a snake. I haven't finished the story yet. I told you to listen carefully, didn't I? Not ask stupid questions. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, the reason he decided to turn himself into a frog was...
To lull the serpent into a false sense of security by becoming one of its favorite foodstuffs, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
My apologies. Please continue.
And so the prince turned himself into a frog, for he had a plan. He knew the serpent would not be able to resist eating him, and that would allow him to attack the monster from within. The plan worked, the serpent swallowed the prince, and received a mortal blow from inside its trouble. But alas, the prince could not return to his original form, no matter what he tried. He remained an ugly frog. This caused him great distress. He could not stop thinking about how foolish he had been, so he vowed to hide himself away from the world. Now the prince was married to a beautiful young princess, though he had promised her that they would be together forever and ever. She had not seen him since he left to face the serpent, and began to seem that they would never meet. Despairing, the princess went to the tomb where the prince had slain the serpent, and went looking for him, and there she remained, waiting for her prince, though she knew he would never return, waiting until the end of her days. Okay, that's gonna be the closest I'm gonna get to that, because of the fact that that was kind of hard to read, since it was kind of scrolling by way too quickly. But now I'm back. I just wanted to make sure that the cutscenes was over, since I want you guys to be able to see the whole thing. But let's see here.
She waited, you say? I see. That is truly has become a fairy tale.
Gee, that's a pretty sad story. Every girl in Alma Moon is told that story when they're young, and everyone cries the first time they hear it.
You speak of it as if it were a work of fiction.
Oh, I'm sorry, Prince Ali.
Prince Ali, it has been a very long time since anyone has called me by my name. Well then, shall I tell you the final chapter of your fairy tale?
The final chapter?
So the prince left his princess behind, and turned his back on his kingdom. The princess's name was Yamina, and, by the way, she was the love of the prince's life, and yet he abandoned her. Many years passed, and the prince remained a frog, only to find, to his dismay, that he was unable to die. Yes, he was destined to live as a frog forever, even after his kingdom had been razed to the ground.
That's just terrible.
I may have suffered, but it's nothing compared to the pain I caused my beloved Yasmina. Indeed, I feel sometimes that this is just a punishment.
But why are you in the cell, Your Highness?
It is a serpent Apep. He is returned. Someone brought him back to life.
I don't think there are many people who could breathe new life into the ancient monster.
Yeah, I can only think of one.
You mean Shadar?
Apep wasted no time in taking his revenge. That is how I came to be imprisoned here. Who can say how long he intends to prolong my agony? Have I not suffered enough? To remain in this form, to live without my beloved.
Oliver, isn't there a spell you can cast to bring Prince Ali back to normal? You mean something to lift the curse that turned him into a frog? I don't think we really have anything like that other than maybe that magic platform, but who even knows if that would even work?
Hang on a flipping minute, man. Why don't we just use that magic circle that lifted our froggy curse?
You're right. It worked for us. Maybe it would work for him.
But surely you did not consume the same shape-shifting potion that I did.
Well, it wasn't a potion, no, but that's not important right now. Come on, Your Highness. Let's give that magic circle a try.
Could such a magic truly reside in this temple? And what if I were to become human again? What new torments would Apep devise for me then?
You mustn't think about things like that, Your Highness. We have to try at least. Now come with us, we'll take you straight to that magic circle. And Prince Ali is coming with you. Just like so, let's go help him out, because it looks like we can at least try the magic circle, and the rainbow frog's gone. Wonder where it ended up going. Oh, this thing. So this thing right here, we're eventually going to get to this, but this door is such a troll. It's actually very much troll. So you think that with the stones on the ground, you think it would actually be for a puzzle. Well, it's not for a puzzle. It's actually completely to throw you off, which is really, really evil. You'll see in a second, I'll show you it. Prince Ali, this magic circle that lifted her curse.
A magic circle? Could such a thing really have the same effect on me?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, you are right.
Okay, let's try it out, Mr. Ali. Might as well check. It's actually worth a try, honestly, at this point. Okay. Nope, it didn't work at all. What? I don't understand. He's standing on the magic circle just like we did, but nothing's happening. The poor fellow's been like this for thousands of years. We were only cursed for a few minutes. I'm so sorry, Prince Ali. I didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Aw, poor dude. There's no need to apologize. I was rather expecting this to happen. I do not believe my curse will be lifted while Apep draws breath. He is doubtless using his own foul magic to strengthen its hold. Well then, it's pretty obvious what we need to do now, ain't it?
Mr. Drippy's right. There's only one thing for it.
Surely not. Surely you are not going to try and defeat Apep. That would be unspeakably reckless. I shall assist you. I must...
No, you can't fight him. Prince Ali, not in your condition. Don't worry, Prince Ali. You can count on us. We'll defeat Apep and lift your curse.
I believe in you. Something about you makes me believe. Apep lurks deep within these ruins. I shall take you to him.
Okay, so now that we actually have to head back this way, back into this room over here, this is where I'll be able to actually show you how troll this thing is. So we just need to go on to... Actually, we can just talk to him first, since he's going to explain it.
Perhaps a key is required to open that door, but there are no keys in these ruins, I'm sure. However, there was something written on the wall of my cell. I wonder if it's some kind of clue. Two firm friends played leapfrog all across the floor. There was more as well, I'm sure. Perhaps understanding those words is the key to opening the door.
Okay, so, what he just said means literally nothing. Okay, and you're about to see why. I believe we have to use the puppet string ability. So 5 mana here. So what you actually want to do, instead of going here, bouncing this all around the floor, nope, you don't want to even do that. So we need to actually grab the other statue and just replace it with the other one. That's all you do. And simple. When I originally did this, I actually completely forgot about this puzzle. And it's honestly a really troll puzzle. And just like so, all the water goes away. All the curse curse puzzles, the curse tiles on the floor actually activate as well. And now we're able to actually progress in this dungeon. Although, oh yeah, we have to make our way that way. So let's make our way back this way. And let's go figure out how to open up the door here, since we actually need a key, if I remember correctly. Since there's a big old key on that thing, even though you'd think you could just do spring lock on it, but the thing is you actually need the actual key for this. So down onto here we go. And then we can actually do something special here. So if you use the spell, I believe it's Levitate? Yeah, Levitate. You can actually levitate off the ground, which actually makes it so you don't get affected by curses on the floor. And just like so, walk over to here, and then you just use a little bit of a spring lock to open up this chest right here. And I believe we can get our key now. You have obtained the Serpent's Key, and just like so, we're able to finally face off with the King of the Cobras. Although, since we're in the air already, that is a purple chest. We can't even open that. Never mind, we're going back this way then. I'm gonna go save real quick, and then we'll try and progress and see if we can fight off with Apep. We're more than likely gonna be able to, but just in case, we'll do a save. And then if I can't, I might have to fight a couple of the enemies inside the dungeon, because I don't know if our Oliver's familiars are gonna be fine with this dungeon, but I'm definitely sure that Esther and Swain's familiars will be fine, so I don't think we need to worry about losing this fight, since it's always possible, but I think we'll be fine. It's definitely possible that we'll be fine. And there goes our Levitate. And now let's make our way to Apep. And just like so, just put in the key into this door.
So the King of the Cobras is up ahead, is he? Everyone ready then?
I believe so. Use the Serpent's Key.
Tidy, let's go.
Let's go indeed. And into this little room here, and I'll be right back. And there he is, Apep, the King of the Cobras. Cobras. Well, that's a way to say his name. Cobras. Okay, so this guy is actually pretty dangerous. You do need to be very careful with them. We'll be fine for the most part. Get ready for it. Evade it completely. Perfect. Okay, have our allies keep going to attack. I just need to make sure to dodge that attack, since it could have hit us for some pretty big damage. Since Felix here is in the way that he is. Okay, let's actually back up. Do a nice little defend just in case, because Black Bolt could do some damage to us. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to Healing Touch Oliver real quick, since he is a little low. And thankfully, Esther actually Healing Tiered us, so that's actually really good. Okay, I believe we want to be using Burden here, if I remember correctly. Because I think we need to slow him down in order to get our chance on him. And I think it worked, but I'm not too sure though. Okay, well, let's keep attacking him. And let's see what we can do. Since it did lower his movement speed drastically by using Burden on him. Since we can actually use it on him. Uh-oh. Okay, so you do need to make sure to dodge this. Sadly, I wasn't able to dodge it, but Death Rattle, here it comes. I believe this is his most dangerous attack, so we just got hit by that. Pretty much, I think whole party did. Okay, we just got cursed. That could have been much worse. Okay, I thought that was something completely different. Okay, thankfully it was something easy and not something dangerous. Let's do a Slice and Dice, since this could do some decent damage. And 90's not bad. Although, I could have done more if I was able to actually move at the moment. Tell our allies to defend just in case, because they don't need to be getting hit by him, but it's always possible that they're going to end up getting hit by him anyways. Oh, there we go.
I flipping hate snakes, I do. Make sure that slimy so-and-so doesn't come anywhere near me, Ollie boy. I'll faint. Me and my phobias. Weigh me down, they do. Oh, there's an idea. Pump something heavy on top of that thing, and it'll soon stop slithering. Use magic if you have to.
Okay, and there he is telling us to use Burden. Thank you, Drippy. Okay, so we need to actually back up from him a little bit. Tell the allies to kind of stay away from him. And I'm going to try and use Burden on him here. Okay, use a little bit of Burden, see if we can slow him down. And there we go, we got our chance. And just like so, let's make our way in. Okay, tell everyone to go right on in. do as much damage as we can since this is our only chance to do it. Ooh, I want that. Givey. I need one of those at least, please. Thank you. Our allies got the other one. Double inner strength. That's 1 extra bonus strength for us, and bonus strength for Swain as well. That's not bad. So that means we're going to be doing some big damage here as long as we attack. There we go. Some big hits. Uh-oh, Black Bolt. Make sure to evade for the most part and then back out. Okay, perfect. Okay, have them go back in. Just like so. We just need to make sure that we're not getting hit by his big attacks. And as long as... Ooh, we got a double crit there. Not bad. I like me some double crits. That means we attacked him twice in a row with making him mess up entirely on his attack there. Okay, I think that still goes through. Thankfully it does. Okay. I was worried that that wouldn't count. But thankfully it did, so we actually got away with dodging the entirety of that. Because sometimes when you evade, you don't evade the entire thing. Okay, so we need to... 3, 2, 1... Okay, I think I got it that time. Yeah, we did. No curse for us since we evaded it. Perfect. As long as I'm not cursed, since I know that I'm pretty good when I'm not getting cursed by things. Yeah, perfect. Okay, just do some damage. As many hits as we possibly can in the time that we got, since we do need to turn back into Oliver now. Perfect. Okay, Serpent Strength. Tell our allies to worry about that for a little bit, and then burden him while he's doing that. So it looks like we don't have to really worry here. He's only, the only thing we need to worry about is his, Death Rattle and that other ability, what do you call it? Black Bolt. Yeah, Black Bolt's the only thing we really need to worry about here, so we're actually perfectly fine. Also, sorry if you heard me kick my table, because I'm pretty sure that actually made it in. Because I accidentally, when I was trying to move my leg down from my lap, I accidentally kicked the back end of my table. Okay, Black Bolt. Tell our allies to evade. Okay, perfect. I thought we didn't do that, but thankfully we did. Okay, let's grab our spell points, grab ourselves a burden, try it out again. Hopefully it works. All we need is to get our chance again, and perfect. This is the easiest boss to actually get your chance on. Okay, tell everyone to go in, do as much hits as we possibly can. And sadly, since he is easier to actually get the chance time on, and that's the whole reason why you actually can't keep him in that form for that long, because he's pretty easy to actually manipulate on how he... Oh, I didn't expect him to turn around like that. Okay, perfect. I thought that was going to be much worse than it was. Okay, tell our allies to go back in, since we need them attacking all times, since they are kind of focusing Oliver for the most part. Uh-oh, he's going for his Serpent Strike. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Tell our allies to go back in. We just need to make sure that we're counter-attacking them as much as possible here. And playing to our strengths and playing to our weaknesses as much as possible. Do a nice healing touch. Get a big ol' heal. Have our allies kind of deal with him for a second just to get that nice heal in. And then we can go back in since he's pretty much done here. He only has a couple more hits left, and if we tell our allies to all-out attack, he's pretty much down for the most part. I'm going to go for a slice and dice. We might be able to attack him first. Nope. But I can go for an evade like that. I like how you could pause time if you try and change familiars. And just like so, that's another little tactic you can use against little bosses like that. And down goes Apep, the King of the Cobras. And that is another boss down, and that should be our first Power Stone, actually. I believe we get the yellow one for Apep, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. But just like so, a bunch of levels and a new boss down. Pretty easy. And Phalanx is now level 14, so now he's back on track on where he needs to be. And little Spookler and Splish Splash, which is fine, I guess, although we aren't going to be using him anymore once we get a Sillymander, and I'm definitely grabbing one of those before we do the next one. So we're going to be saying goodbye to Little Spook at the end of this episode, but honestly, it's going to be for a good reason, and Valbar is leveling up today. Okay, that's cool. We're going to be getting ourselves a Bone Baron, and we got a small cutscene, so I'll be right back. Okay, we have ourselves a moonstone. Just like so, we're done with this dungeon, and the first stone has been acquired. And just like so, it's actually pretty good for us, because we're actually one third of the way of getting Mornstar now, at full power. Although Mornstar technically isn't the strongest one in the game, technically that would be Astra. But the thing is Astra's not a thing you can get during the main story. It's actually a late game thing that you get during the post game, which is actually a pretty cool wand. I'm not going to say how you get it, since it is something we're progressively getting, since it's a final reward for doing one of your missions, and that's the reason why we always want to be doing our missions. And also I'm doing it so I can get all the achievements, because honestly I want to try and get all the achievements for my Steam profile, just to have it, since honestly this is my favorite game, so I would think that I would 100% the game for the most part. So, let's see here. This is it, one of Mornstar's magic stones.
So that slimy Apep had it all along, did he? Good work, Ollie boy. I am speechless. I can scarcely believe that Apep has been defeated, and yet...
And that's loud in my ears, I'm just gonna be honest. Usually my headset stays in one place, but it's been moving around all episode, and I don't know why, and it's randomly making my ears bleed sometimes. Not literally, but figuratively. Prince Ali!
Is this...
It's the curse. The curse is lifting. It seems like it. Or he's dying. Who knows? No, he looks pretty fine to me. He actually looks pretty young to be 1,000 years old, or however old he is. I'm... Prince Ali? Oh, it's a miracle. He's human again, after all these years.
It seems I have returned to normal. Too right you have. So what are you still looking so glum for? Though I am human once more, my kingdom is not, but ruins, and she is long gone. Our story has already become a fairy tale. Everyone knows how it ends.
But, Your Highness... Oh, that rainbow-colored frog again. Ribbits? Huh, you're that frog we saw before. Where have you been all this time?
A frog?
Yeah, that weird little frog from earlier. Wonder what it's doing here. Hey, buddy. You know this frog helped us back when we were cursed. In fact, it led us straight to you.
Truly? How very strange indeed. Huh?
Huh, indeed. And just like so, there is the other one. And just like that, we have both of them. And that's all she wrote there.
Where the heck did she come from? Surely not. Surely this is impossible. Yasmina, my beautiful Princess Yasmina.
Huh? Ali, I have been waiting for you, waiting for so long. And I was a frog as well, just like you.
Is this a dream? Are you really, but how?
Hang on a moment. And so, that colorful frog we saw was actually a princess. I think I'm going to cry. I drank some of that potion as well. Ali, that potion that you changed you into a frog, the one that cursed you. I thought if I was cursed as well, then you would not be alone.
You did this for me?
I always believed that we would meet again, Ali. I knew that your curse would be lifted one day. I had only to wait. And wait.
Yasmina.
Ali. And just like so, we wrapped up their stories quite nicely. And just like that, they're no longer a fairy tale, but real people again.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You need not worry about us anymore. We are together again, and that is all that matters.
Yeah, we will finally be able to spend our lives together, just as we always wished.
But where are you going to go? I didn't want to mention it, but your kingdom. Well, it ain't what it was, seen better days and all that.
Yeah, it's pretty much gone. That is true, though this is also a magnificent city, in its own right. I feel sure that we can make it our home.
Huh, indeed. It is a fine city, and we should not dwell on the past. We should think about it any way we can contribute to the world of the today.
Have you considered becoming a Babana merchant? My father really enjoys it, and the free Babanas are a real bonus. Babanas? What are they? Oh, right. I suppose they didn't have Babanas back in your day. You really should try one. Your Highness, they're delicious.
They sound wonderful. I cannot wait to taste my first Babana.
It's nice to see you smiling. You're really lucky to have been given a second chance at happiness. You know, don't let it slip away.
Swain's right. You waited 8,000 years for this moment.
Indeed. It is thanks to you that it has finally arrived.
You know, Esther, I think you'd better change the ending of that fairy tale.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And what will the new ending be? Let me think.
Please wait. Do not be so hasty in writing the ending of our story. I beseech you.
Yeah, I suppose this fairy tale isn't over, is it? Yeah, it definitely isn't over.
Certainly not. Indeed, I feel that it is to be continued.
Right. Let's get a move on, shall we? I reckon the happy couple might want some time alone.
Oh, of course.
Huh? Why? You wouldn't know, Ollie boy. I would definitely be able to tell you that one.
You've got a lot to learn, Ollie boy. You really have. Anyway, that's quite enough talking. Let's get working while we've still got things to do, you know.
Yeah, true. We definitely still have quite a bit. And just like so, Prince Ali's story is pretty much done for now.
Yeah, we should go. I'm sure we'll be seeing this fairy tale couple again soon anyway.
Yeah, I think we do see them again once again. I think it's for a mission, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. But there we go. The unswerving loyalty of two loving hearts has unlocked a story in the Wizard's Companion. And there we go. We have our fourth tale in the storybook for our Wizard's Companion, if I could speak, that is. Okay, so since we're done with this episode pretty much, I should show you where the next place we're going to is. So let's use our new boost speed ability for Tingri that we actually have, and let's actually make our way to where we need to go, because I do want to at least show you where we're going. And sorry if you see a little bit of lag, the PC version has some weird stuttering issues, and it's easy to see when you're moving fast with Tingri and stuff like that. But this is actually where we're going to be going. It's only in the Outworld too, which is really weird. But there it is. That is our next location we're going to. And that is where we're going to be meeting Captain Crossbones and his technically loyal servant Jet Sam, which is a boss in its own right. Because we're going to be fighting two bosses in the next episode. Jet Sam and Captain Crossbones himself. And that is a different story altogether. So, with that, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. In between this one and the next one, I'm going to try and get me a Salamander so we can get rid of Little Spook. As I said, Little Spook is going to be finally ending his journey here since he has pretty much fallen off completely. So it's probably about time we get rid of him. And I want to get a Salamander anyway since I saw that he has some decent defenses based on how the wiki kind of portrays him. So I'm going to try and use one of those. So with that, thank you all for watching today's episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.